Hey Journey, we are on day 2 of our Lent devotional series, and we are looking at John 1:35 through 51. I just want to bring attention to a couple of things that jumped out to me. So let's read the first few verses of that. The next day, John was there again with 2 of his disciples. When he saw Jesus passing by, he said, "Look, the Lamb of God." When the 2 disciples heard him say this, they followed Jesus. Turning around, Jesus saw them following and asked, "What do you want?" They said, "Rabbi," which means teacher, "where are you staying?" "Come," he replied, "and you will see." So they went and saw where he was staying and spent that day with him. First thing I want to call your attention to is that the disciples just wanted to spend time with Jesus. This was actually their first contact with him, and the first thing they did is say, "Hey, where are you staying? We want to hang out with you," is what they were saying. And Jesus said, "Come." And they spent that day with him. What an amazing experience that must have been, spending time with Jesus, right? Well, you know what? I think the example for us here is, hey, we can spend time with Jesus too. And one of the cool things we see is that after spending time with him, they just could not help themselves. They had to go and tell other people about him. So I think the same is for us. The more time we spend with Jesus, the more likely we are going to want to tell other people about Jesus as well. So first example, hey, let's spend time with Jesus. The second thing is just how incredible it was that Jesus could always call out and see the best in people. We see that after coming in contact with Peter, he says this. He says, Jesus looked at him and said, "You are Simon, son of John. You will be called Cephas," which when translated is Peter. Both Cephas and Peter mean rock in different languages. And so it's really cool that Jesus was calling Peter the rock. And when we look at the Gospels, we see that it seems like, hey, Peter was anything but a rock. I mean, one minute he was like boldly saying, "Hey, Lord, let me walk on water with you." And he was walking on water. The next minute he was floundering in the water, drowning, saying, "Lord, save me." We see that one minute he was saying these amazing words, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." And the next minute he's saying something foolish, so foolish that Jesus had to tell him, "Satan, get behind me," right? And even toward the end of Jesus's time, we see that one minute, Peter's saying, "Hey, I will stand up for you. I'll die for you." And the next minute, he's denying Jesus 3 times. So we see that he was anything but a rock. But Jesus was calling out the best, what he saw in Peter, what he saw he could become, right? And we know that Peter did become a rock, that the church was built on, and that he was foundational in the beginning of the church. Why? Because he spent time with Jesus and because Jesus saw the best in him. So the second takeaway for me is, hey, let's look for the best in other people. It's so easy to see what's wrong with other people, what their issues and their problems are. But let's be like Jesus and look for the best in people and call that out, what we are seeing they not only are, but what they can become. Hey, God bless you, Journey. I hope you have an amazing day.